for joining. Happy Monday, everybody. Allison Klost here, and today we are going to be cooking out of my cookbook, Feast as a Family. We were away this past weekend. We went to the beach, first beach weekend of the year. We had a great time. The weather was great, no rain. So I had no clue what I was going to do today, and I didn't really have any meal plans put together either. So as I was thinking of what to make, I was like, oh great, I'll just make something that I can serve for dinner tonight. And I know I generally go more on the sweet or appetizer side, so today we are doing a main dish. I'm going to be showing you how I put together my honey mustard chicken and my cheesy chicken, which are the top two chicken dishes that we make in my house that I know everyone loves and everyone will eat. So my helper today, she was just too popular last week. She was taking over the show, so I had to kind of take back over. Just kidding. She is with a friend right now outside, so she might pop in here to help out. But probably not, because this is going to be quick. This is both these recipes are super easy, super quick, and really the only thing that you're waiting for is you're waiting for the chicken to cook through. So I've already started browning my chicken. Welcome. So my chicken is pretty much already cooked through. So this is going to be for the honey mustard chicken. And turn that down. And I'm actually making some ghee too. I'll show you. It probably won't be ready, but all I did, I just took out some organic grass-fed butter. I put it in a pot, and now it's just heating up, getting all the whey out of it. This is what we use instead of butter, and even sometimes instead of coconut oil. So, and I was running low because we were gone all weekend, and I'm like, great, I'll just make some more ghee since I'm going to be over the stove today. So we're going to start with honey mustard, and then I'll show you how I put together my cheesy chicken. So for the honey mustard, I mean, it's almost ridiculous how easy this is. They're like, oh, how do you make your honey mustard? Well, I take some honey, and I take some mustard, and I stir it together, and I pour it over cooked chicken on the skillet. So, I would say Stella is maybe 2 years away from making this by herself. I'm not going to measure things out because I don't have a full pound of chicken that I've cooked. But it's usually, I do 1-to-1 ratio with the honey and with the mustard. Stella's going to be bummed that she's not here, licking the honey off the spoon. And I use Dijon mustard. And sometimes it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I might go heavier on the honey or heavier on the mustard. And sometimes I will add in my homemade mayonnaise. So you can season your chicken while you've cooked it. I usually season mine with salt and pepper and garlic powder. Try to think of something else that would taste good with the honey mustard. Maybe something a little bit spicier, so even cayenne pepper or red pepper flakes you could put in there before you add the honey mustard. So I'm just stirring it just to mix it completely together. And then, might not be enough. And I'm just adding it to the cooked chicken in the skillet. And then I'm since the chicken's already cooked, so all you're doing is just letting it heat up and get a little bit more caramely, if that's a word, on the chicken or on the skillet. I can't move my camera, so I am just right over here. gonna get a hot plate. I think that might be my easiest thing to do whenever I'm demoing. So really, I mean, this pan is really hot, so whenever you pour the sauce on, it's usually let it set for 5 minutes on low heat, just to heat it through, heat the sauce up, let it soak into the chicken. So we're gonna do that. And we'll transition to the cheesy chicken. So these recipes have been super helpful if I'm working, especially on the days where I'm at the office longer, and if I forgot to meal plan, or even if I'm putting something together over lunch, so our either babysitter or Randy can quickly heat it up or reheat it after it's been cooked. These are my go-to. So I try and leave at least one of these recipes or one of these dishes till knowing I'm going to be working later. Okay, so cheesy chicken. Oh wow, you just missed the honey mustard. You can scooch this a little bit over.
I might not be doing the whole thing.
No, okay, you're just taking a break from outside. Okay. Well, you could tell. Also today is, while I'm putting this together, our marketing guy was looking up, you know how they have like National Pie Day or today's Hamburger Day. Today is Nail Polish Day. So I thought I would pull out the nail polish that I use for the girls, and Stella can actually show you what it is when I'm putting this together. So for the cheesy chicken, all I'm using is my homemade mayonnaise. You can tell them what brand. And I have, oh, hold on 1 second. I use Thrive Market, and they have a really good vegan Parmesan style alternative. And this is what I'll throw in with the mayonnaise, as well as I will use like the soft goat cheese, just to give a creamier, cheesier flavor. You can't have enough cheese. But you can use, if you're not dairy sensitive, you can use any kind of cheeses that you'd like. I do recommend, if you're going to use cheese, get organic, and if you can, get grass-fed. All right, so for the nail polish, I tend to try and stay away from as much toxicity as we can. So we use this brand called Piggy Paint. And I mean, they don't have if you go to the nail salon, they don't have a crazy amount of selections, but I mean, they have the basic, the ones that my girls like to use. We have the blue. So this is what it looks like. But they have blue and pink and purple, as well as they have the top coat and sealer, and they have nail polish remover. Again, I mean, you can find these almost anywhere, but there's not lead in it. It's low odor, and it's very kid friendly. So this is, whenever I'm doing the girls' nails, this is what we use. And right now, Stella is she's biting her nails often, so if I don't really want to put toxic chemicals on her nails, knowing if she's going to bite it, she's going to ingest it, and you don't know what that's going to do those growing bodies. Also, another thing with today that we saw was, it was I think compliment day, or say something nice day. So I tried to be very conscious today whenever I was talking to people and making sure that I said something extra nice or a compliment. So think about that today as you're going about your day. Random or family or just send a text complimenting or just saying something nice. Especially, I feel like it's needed today. It's needed every day, but let's put some positive energy out there for everybody. Okay, so I just mixed some mayonnaise and some soft goat cheese, and I didn't add this yet. And I'll just mix some in there. Or you can easily, I've sprinkled the Parmesan on top instead of mixing it in. And then I have my chicken. You can use chicken breast, you can use chicken tenderloins. I had chicken breast in my freezer that I had thawed out that I needed to use. And so I just cut it into strips because it's easier for the girls to eat. It's not as overwhelming on their plate whenever they have a chicken breast on there. So I'm just stirring this to mix it in, which it takes a little bit of time just because you've got the goat cheese that can be clumpy. And then I'm heating the oven up at 350, and it cooks for probably close to 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. Just enough to get the chicken cooked because this is raw, this isn't cooked chicken. I mean, this probably is Stella's favorite chicken dish until probably a year from now whenever she's tired of it. Like, we used to make chicken and broccoli casserole every week. It was her favorite. I could go away for a few days and I would leave a chicken broccoli casserole in the fridge and she would have no problem eating it. She'll eat it every once in a while now, but not every week. So I'm just waiting on the day where she tells me she doesn't want any more cheesy chicken. But this is probably what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. We're probably gonna have the cheesy chicken as well as green beans and maybe a salad for a side. Okay, so let's mix together. I'm just gonna pour it and spread it over onto the chicken. And a lot of times I don't add the Parmesan in there. Actually, it's been a while since I've added the Parmesan in there as well. So we'll see what they say tonight. Stella's becoming quite the foodie with her taste buds, which is great. I love that because that means she's developing a variety of taste buds. And we're not really a picky family, and we try not to be a picky family. I mean, I guess we are. We watch how much gluten we take and we watch how much dairy is in us, but other than that, we'll eat whatever. And these two dishes are great because, especially with kids, when you're trying to get them to eat healthier, the more and I've said this before, the more dips and sauces that you put on to kind of mask the healthy part, it does wonders. It really does. All right, so that I preheat this up to 350, and then I'll cook it for probably 30 minutes. Before we go, I'm just going to show you the ghee that I have going right now. So whenever I do the ghee, I'll heat it up so the butter melts, and then I'll turn it on low probably for a good couple hours. And that just gives it time for the whey byproducts to come to the surface. And then I'm just going to be skimming the top, which I think you can see it. So I'll just be skimming all the bubbly, the white foam. And then once it's been an hour, I haven't made it in the Instant Pot yet. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm going to try it out to see if it works. but I'm just skimming the top. Another term that they use similar to ghee is clarified butter, and the clarified butter, it's basically the same thing, it's just not boiled as long, so I think there might still be some whey in there, but it's still the same concept. And people who are more lactose intolerant can handle ghee better than butter because of the whey that's coming off. So that's why I think we did this. When did we do this first? When did we have ghee? Was it Whole30, Randy? Yeah. So the first time we were exposed to ghee was 5-ish years ago when we did Whole30 for the first time. And I love the taste of it. Especially making my own, it's got like a really toasty flavor to it. And it goes great on sweet potatoes. Goes great on, the girls love toast, so I use it for anything that I would use butter for, and I think it has a much better taste to it. So pretty much I might have had it higher temperature longer than what I normally do, so I probably won't cook this maybe for another 30-40 minutes. And then I'll just put it in a container, and it could be room temperature, so I don't put mine in the fridge. You can if you want. I usually make a batch of this every week and a half, and like I said, I use it anywhere that I would use butter. Sometimes I use it instead of coconut oil, and it does have a great flavor to it. And I'll just put it right on my stove. I mean, it's getting really hot now, so it tends to melt. It'll be melted, but that's okay. It still tastes wonderful. So so we did the honey mustard chicken and the cheesy chicken, and I showed you what I was working on with ghee. And that's all we're gonna do today. So I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and we will see you, oh, hold on. Is the homemade ghee similar? Oh, I find that the homemade ghee is toastier. Like it's got, I'm literally almost saying a buttery taste. I don't know, I think it maybe a borderline between sweet and salty, but I think homemade tastes better. So maybe you may have to cook it longer, or kind of cook at higher heat for 8 to 10 minutes, and then cook a lower boil for an hour and a half. But I like the homemade flavor much better. Miss Natalie, you're so great. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you ever have any questions about what I make, comment on the bottom, and I will get to it as fast as I can. I really appreciate you guys coming on here every Monday and watching, and I'm still having fun, so I'm still going to be doing this, and we'll hopefully next week I'll have a better idea before that day. So you guys have a great week. Thank you.